Hey, that's your mate, aka Meeeee, and back with another video. First things first, if you are a new subscriber, hey, how you doing? It's your girl Meeeee, aka Meeeee. If you are a return subscriber, hey, how you doing? Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure all of y'all share this with one of your friends. Tell your friends to share, like, and comment, and subscribe, and the list goes on. So I had to cut that part short because we better get into a video when this is pretty fixed. I don't want this video to be too long or too short, so we're just gonna get into it. So first of all, this is the story time of my toxic relationship, and me only being 16, experiencing the things that I'm experiencing. It's just like, girl, what the like, really, like, it's bad over here, okay? But it's cool because it's
only going to make me a more strong, independent woman. So
yeah. But anyway, guys, so first of all, we're gonna call this toxic David. Okay, we're gonna call him David. First of all, let it be
known that I don't have to this day, I don't have any hard feelings for David. I don't have any hatred towards David. I'm good. I'm just good on David. But I'm good. Like, I don't hold no grudges. I'm over it. It happened, it ended, it's done. We're good. Like, I don't have no hard feelings towards David. We're good.
Cool. However, I was in a relationship with David for a couple of months, okay? Now, as these months, my hair is just, I don't like it today, whatever. As these months went on, it was something every week. Like, this relationship was so toxic. Like, it was something every freaking week, bruh. Like, it was something even with whether it was with him, with somebody else involving him. Like, it was just always something with David. And by the way, if you haven't really caught on, for the ones that are slow, David is his code name. We're not going to use any real names. And I'm not going to really tell y'all about David either because that's his personal information. That's his business. You feel me? I'm not really going to make... This video is not specifically about David. It's about me and David and my experience. That's it. So let that be known. We're not coming here to bash David. We're not coming here to talk about David. I'm not doing none of that. David is good wherever he at, and I'm good where I'm at, okay? But, you feel me? I'm just... Hopefully, any young girl or anybody around my age, because I'm only 16, who's watching this can kind of relate to it, or take it.
This is an advice video, and this is what I'm dealing with, and you know what I'm saying? Hopefully this video can help somebody, so...
I had to clear that up, because y'all like to assume a lot. Including David. David likes to assume a lot too. But anyway, so, you know, me and David were together for a couple of months. Everything was fine when me and David first started talking. At first, I really wasn't gonna give David my time, and I should have left it like that. I really wasn't gonna give him my time or energy, but he had that little sweet talk, you feel me? It was getting to me, so it was just like, like, he sweet talked me, okay? He knew what he was doing, he knew what he was about. David knew, okay? David, yeah. But anyway, so the very first time that I experienced some type of negative energy or toxic energy with David was where there was a situation that occurred. I'm not going to talk about the situation, but there was a situation that occurred, and it was with another girl. Basically,
David got caught up, and David lied to my face. David would always lie to my face. He would
always lie to me and swear that he would not, just swear on his life that he is not lying to me, that he won't be lying to me, that I am to trust him and give him all my trust. David was a liar. And David to this day is a liar. Okay? And okay. But again,
I'm not bashing David. I don't have any hard feelings towards David. I'm not holding no grudges with David. I'm good. Like, I forgave. I won't forget. I'm doing for real.
not saying that I still don't hurt, but you know, I still think about it every now and then. Anyway, still think about it every now and then. Still like kind of contemplate it a little bit, but then it's just like, it was what it was. So, David would just lie. Like, he used to be a liar. David would just lie to my face. He would be like, no, I'm not talking to her. And I would be like, okay. Like, David would just lie to me. Like, David would lie to me. And on top of that, if it wasn't one thing, it was always another. Me and David would always, all the time, we would have days of the week where we would be good,
And we would have days of the week where we would just not be good. We would
always argue all the time. We would always, it would always, I told you, if it wasn't one thing, it was always another. It was always something. Me and David would always argue. Me and David would, it was just ridiculous, okay? It was always something. And a lot of the reason I feel like why we always argue was because anything that I had a problem with, David would say, oh no, you tripping, you like, he would never try to understand the problem. So I would get upset because it's just like, you're not really trying to hear what I have to say. You're not really trying to understand my problem. And on top of that, you're not addressing it or doing anything to try to fix that. You don't care. And he didn't. David did not care about, David didn't care about nobody but himself. He didn't care about nobody but himself. Like, David, it was times where David told me, but I tried to vent to David, and David told me, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You on your own with that one. That's your business. Keep that between you. Like,
and
toxic. If I can't come to you and vent to you simply, toxic, self-centered, narcissistic, everything in the book. Like, oh my gosh, like, yo, it was really bad with David. But yeah, it would just be it would be toxic stuff like that. As far as that would be like the only like thing between me and David. Just communication, saying eye to eye, just listening, even when you don't want to listen, just stuff like that. That's just really what me and David had to deal with each other, and it was just a lot, and it was just too much. Like, it was just a lot with David. David comes with a lot, and a bitch wasn't going through that. Like, I don't. After a while, we both got tired of dealing with each other, honestly. We got into this really big argument, and that was our last argument. Some things were said that were not to mean to. Some things were said that weren't really respectful. Yeah, like, we said some things that we didn't mean. We said some really hurtful things to each other. But it was only because David said it to me. Like, that was the immature side of me. David brought the immature side of me out. And I'm really not like that as a person. And I'm the type of person to where I give off the energy that I receive. Especially if I'm spending my time with you and I'm being around you as much as I am. As much as I was around David or talking to David on the daily. We would talk to each other. But when we got into an argument, we would not talk at all. And it would be like that. So, yeah, like, in the beginning, everything was fine. I think we both thought that it was going to work out. We both assumed that it was going to work out. But I feel like after a while, when David said it himself, I don't take you seriously anymore. I'm like, boy, you're a fucking clown anyway. No, really though, like, it was just crazy. Like, we would just say really hurtful things to each other. I used to cry a lot. I was never really mentally, as far as mental health wise, I was never really stable being with David. It would just be like, it would be always on. I was always on and off. I had a period of, like, it was a period in my life where I actually broke down. And I'm like, I just broke down. I would always just cry myself to sleep. I couldn't focus in school. I was just slacking in school. All I would do is just cry every day. I would just cry every day, even in school, out of school, coming home by myself, in front of my friends. I would just cry all the time. That would have had to been out of my whole lifetime, the years 16 years I've been on this earth, you know, out of all that, that would have had to have been the most that I've cried ever. I cried so much all the time. I was never okay. I think me being so young, dealing with what I dealt with, or putting up with what I put up with, or settling for what I settled with, or what I settled for. I could just always ask myself, like, why me? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, why I had to deal with it? But I feel like I accepted it for what it was. I moved on, and it made me stronger as an individual, and I'm gonna keep moving. And I kept pushing, and yeah, it really hurt me. Hurt is fine. Pain is pain at the end of the day. Pain does not go away overnight. I had to learn that. It don't go away overnight. It's gonna always be there. No matter what you do, what you take, pain is going to always be there. Trust me, like, it's gonna always be there. Yeah. But moving on though, me as a person, I was very immature dealing with David. So, yeah, I guess that was my story of my toxic relationship. Hopefully, I gave y'all kind of like an overview or kind of an idea of my toxic relationship. But yeah, had to get that content out there. You heard me. Pretty. So yeah, y'all, if you're new to my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe, and send this to your friends, and tell your friends to send it to their friends, and let school on. Period. If you're a returning subscriber, hey, how you doing? It's your girl, Meeeee, Candy Yang. You already did. My socials are in the description box below.